morning, but my dad's going to be phoning me from the hospital in about half an hour, so I thought I'd come on just now. Excuse the hair, I've got the lotion on the hair again. My head's not clearing up. I was hoping with the not drinking it might help my scalp, but it doesn't seem to be working. Know that I'm going back on the booze or anything like that. I'm laying off it for a bit, but it's still dry, so I've got the lotion on. I'm just sitting here putting lotion in my hair. Like this. Lotion, 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 lotion. It never cleared up with the lotion the last time, but I just keep trying these things that they're giving me and hope that it's going to work. And before anybody says about my hair dye, I had this problem before I even dyed my hair pink. Because I know that's what somebody's going to type in the comment section. Let me get the chat and everything up. I've not even done that yet. But I'm going to... The title is Daisy's Song, and that's for open-minded. Open-minded was talking to me this morning. She says, has Daisy got a song? Because if he didn't know, number one, sound down, Linda, for God's sake. What am I like? What am I like not even putting the sound down? Ashley, good morning. Carolyn, good morning. I'm going to be singing his Daisy's song, right? But bear in mind, I'm a bit crazy. Remember, wee Poppy's song was Abble Wabble Gentleman by Psy? That one? The guy that done Gangman Style, right? He done another song called Gentleman. And every time I sang that song, Poppy would run over to underneath the TV because that's where I kept the feather, but it's not a feather duster, but it's a duster. But it was only for her, it wasn't for dusting, it was for her. I remember she hated it for some reason. So every time I sang that song, Poppy used to run over there. Well, there's a song for Daisy doing. Riley, good morning, good morning. There's a song for Daisy do, right? And as I say, bear in mind I'm crazy. Sophie can't stand it. Ashley, see if you're talking to Sophie today, sing this song or type this song here because it gets in her head. Riley, I did see your name. Hello, hello. Right, so, well, I'll show you the item first. Right? This is the item. There's my M. My M's in the chat. I can see my lovely M. Good morning, M. Right, this is the thing, right? Oh, God, there, I've dropped it. Hold on. Oh, God, where is it? There it is. Right, we're ready for this. Daisy Doo's down there. Right, we'll zoom in on Daisy Doo. Buck, 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 buck. Buck, 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 buck. It's the buck buck. It's the buck buck, right? And she doesn't get to play with it because it is a key ring. But I like to do that with it because it's wobbly like that, right? She'll put it in her mouth. And she hates it. Buck, 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 buck. She, oh, the buck buck baby. Oh, the buck buck. Buck 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 buck. She's my wee darling, my baby. So there you are. Is the buck buck song. She's okay. She's all right now. Going out. She must have heard something banging out in the back garden, and it spooked her. And she's a princess, so if it's a wee bit windy or rainy, she doesn't want to go out. But she's fine now. She's okay now. And anyway, I think she was at it with me because as soon as her big brother came in, oh aye, she went out fine. She went out fine with him. She wasn't there with me. I was taking her outside and she was just tailing between the legs shaking. I wasn't on yesterday, guys. I've not been in the right place of mind recently because my dad's got the meeting with the social workers and stuff about my mum today, in about half an hour. So he's going to let me know what the hell's going on. But yesterday, it was just a bad day yesterday, and I didn't want to come on and bring yous down. Do you know what I mean? I like to come on and make yous feel a wee bit better. And now yous will be singing the Buck Buck song. Buck 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 buck. Sophie, Sophie was down and I was singing the Buck Buck. Open minded, did you hear the Buck Buck song? Buck 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 buck. Look at her. Buck 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 buck. She knows that's that toy. That's that toy song. Where's the Buck Buck, baby? Oh, Buck Buck. So I make songs up in my head and end up singing them to my dogs. My dogs respond to song like poor wee Poppy with the apple wapple Gangnam style. Deal 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 I'm a down 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 I'm a deal. I'd sing that to her and she'd go straight out of she knew that meant the feather duster thing. But I can't help it. I'm the way I am. So that's her song. Open minded is the Buck Buck song. Like it used to have water in it because look, it's got where is it? Where's the bloody egg? It's actually it has got an egg in it someplace. Let me feel. Let me feel. And I tell you, there's this egg. It's got an egg inside it. See this egg? It used to you squeeze it and the egg would pop out, right? And obviously Daisy's managed to burst it a bit and Sophie didn't know. And it was in my room, the buck. And Sophie had found it and she squeezed it and the water came squishing out all over my bed. And she was going, ew, ew, buck water, ew, and all that. I'm really trying to keep my spirits up. Do you know what I mean? Really, really trying. But anyway, so that was it. She'd squished it and it was all in my bed and everything. And Sophie was traumatised with the buck water. So she came in and I was singing the buck song. And about 5 minutes later, Sophie's just sitting there and all of a sudden she's gone, buck, 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 buck. Guy, good morning, good morning. I love your writing. How do you do that? How do you make your writing like that? My goodness, that's fancy. So she was like, Mum. So later on, I sent her a wee message just saying, buck, 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 buck. Just keep it in her head. But she was like, because she was like, buck, 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 buck. She was singing it. So the songs I make up are obviously very catchy. Can you imagine it? I could be on a stage. I could be the next Katy Perry, hey, and go to space, real time. Go to space with NASA. I don't fancy that man's rockets, to tell you the truth. I mean, they're shaped funny, as I say. We need to make a boob. We need to make a boob rocket like that, and we'll just for Scotland. Just let this rocket off with me in it, of course. Do you know what I mean? Just a big boob like that, and then the nipple bit can be the bit that I'm actually sitting in, and that can just fire off like that right out into space. We could be a live streaming from space. Harley, baby, good morning, good morning. I'm doing okay. Not the best, but my head's still. I'm still having the problem with the scalp. I was hoping that maybe not having any booze for a couple of weeks, it would clear up. Because it cleared up in hospital, but now I'm thinking it cleared up in hospital because I was getting pumped with so many antibiotics. Aye, I was intravenously antibiotic pumping. Pumping and not in a good way. I know, I just make up crazy songs, so I can't help myself. Where's your big brother? Is that your big brother? She's at the door. She's waiting on her big brother. Oh my goodness. So that's the Buck Buck song, Open Minded. And there's the Buck Buck. There was a few Buck Bucks, but I don't know what happened to them, to tell you the truth. They were probably put in the bin. But if you squeeze this one, it's still got a bit of water in it. So
it smells gorgeous in here. Absolutely gorgeous.
That's the lavender and eucalyptus.
Eucalyptus, that's it.
Is it? And the one in here's sweet pea.
It'll be the lavender as well.
Do you like it?
I've never had them mixed before.
Aye, isn't that nice?
Beautiful.
Peter's complimenting my wax smell out in the hallway. It's lavender and eucalyptus, so it smells lovely out there. And in here it's sweet pea.
I've also got some old iron brew if you want to pour your first class in.
Old iron brew?
Aye, if you're not.
Is it diet?
No.
Aye, I'll not take it. I stay on the diet stuff if possible. Yeah, the lavender does smell nice. The lavender and the eucalyptus, it smells dead fresh and lovely out there. Aye, so there you go. That's the Buck Buck. Peter doesn't fancy what. Everybody's saying good morning to you, Peter.
What's that?
Everybody's saying good morning to you.
Good morning.
There you say good morning.
I just noticed outside there's two magpies cawing at a bird on the wee shelf.
You've got to watch because they'll kill the bird. I've actually witnessed the magpie kill a bird. And then remember my poor pigeon that was getting...
What, you mean the magpie killing the cat?
Oh, is it a cat?
Aye, it's a cat.
Right. Oh, listen to her. She knows it's a cat.
Mm.
Oh, jeez. Jeez. She knows that word. I wonder where it is. So it's definitely cleared up completely in the hospital. But I've got the lotion on. It rubs the lotion on its skin this morning. Rubbed the lotion on. And so I was, because I don't want the hose again up my, you know, where the hose went the last time when I was in the hospital. Power hose. So the lotion is on. They just, Jack Russells, they just don't like it. They just don't like anything really, Jack Russells. Like, I'm having such a laugh with. There's a person on Facebook, and they say that Jack Russells is the shittiest dog breed, right? Which I don't agree with, but they're having a laugh. And then they're saying, bloody Jack Russells bark at everything they do. Anything that goes by my window gets barked at. It doesn't matter if it's a squirrel, bird, leaf, bit of rubbish. It doesn't matter what it is that goes by my window. All my Jack Russells bark, bark, bark. And they've got, the energy level is like non-stop. They're very hyper. And as soon as you move, see my big Dalmatian, if I was to get up and go to the toilet, he would still lie in his bed. Jack Russells don't. See, as soon as you move anywhere, they move with you. They're just there under your feet the whole time. That's how I had the incident when I was dating that guy in here. Remember, and the table went out, and the table was on top of me. I was going through some stuff at that time in my defence. Yeah, they said it is psoriasis that I've got. They said it is, but I'm hitting it with all the stuff. There's one of them. I'm hitting it with all the lotions and stuff like that they've gave me that you can only get for the chemist. Some of them have got steroid in them, so they're pretty strong. But they don't seem. They seem to ease the scalp when it's on, but it doesn't seem to clear it up completely. So I'll need to go back to the doctor, but it just seems now, after everything I've been through, it's like the least of my worries, my scalp. I know, my Mikey. I think of them every day. I think of Mikey and Poppy every day. Yes, I know, that's right. Thank you, Harley, for saying it. But remember, Mr. Mike, I'll tell you the story in case people are new here and haven't heard the story. A few years ago, I was going through some stuff, right? Crazy stuff. And I decided that it was time, and it was a long time since I had any kind of romantic engagement, right? And I kind of wanted some. So I met this person online, right? See, when I say it now, I'm thinking myself, what was I thinking? I wasn't. That was the thought. Anyway, I met this person online and I decided, do you know what, let's go for it with a stranger. And do you know what, let's not just meet somewhere public, let's bring them back to my house, my gaff, right? Bring them back. So that's what I done. I brought them back to here, and I had a whole night of sitting drinking and stuff like that with this person. And the alarm bells were ringing right away because, number one, he went, see the dogs? Talking about my dogs, right? And immediately I was like, oh, here. No, they dogs are my children, do you know what I mean? And he was going to see they dogs. I know it, right? And I was like, and then he had me watching a film right now. No, it's seen the first day. This was a heavy ass film, right? It was about the IRA, and if you don't know about that, it was like the Troubles in Ireland, right? It was a bad time in history. It was a really bad time in history. The Troubles, it was called, right? He had me watching a film, and I wanted to watch something else. Maybe The Hub or something. I wanted like a romantic film on. And he wanted to watch that anyway. We were watching it, and I'm talking because you know what it's like. If you have a wee drink, you tend to talk a bit more than usual. And he said to me, "If taking you to watch a movie, you would talk the whole time. This is in my own house. This is happening, right?" And anyway, I was still gagging for it, so I just kept going. Anyway, as the night went on and the flavouring was flowing, I got up to go to the toilet, but Mr. Mikey, at that time, he was like kind of deaf and blind, but he knew I had got fast, and he rushed over to me, and I tripped over him, and I leaned on my glass table, right? And the glass table was heavy. The glass was like that thick, right? And it was as heavy as hell. It took two people to carry that glass, right? It flips up and lands on top of me. I'm on the ground with the glass on top of me. The romantic candle that I had, the wax, was all over my carpet and all up the wall, the carpet. This guy was like, oh, he was trying to get out. He saved the day. And he was only a wee guy. And he was finding it difficult to get this. Eventually, we did get the glass off me, put the glass on the table, and I was like, no, it's time for bed. We go to bed and all that, right? I wake up about 3 o'clock in the morning or something like that with the smell of cigarette smoke wafting into my bedroom. Now, cigarettes, I don't have cigarette smoke in my house. I just don't, right? So I was like, he's smoking. So as I walked by my living room, he was sitting here in the middle of the couch, bollock naked, smoking a cigarette. I just looked in like that, said nothing, and went straight into the toilet. See, when I got into the toilet, do you know what I was doing? I was going like that. I was doing that in the toilet silently. Silently, like that, in the toilet. I came back out the toilet, walked there, I looked, he was still sitting here bollock naked, smoking. I went straight into my room, went to sleep. No, man, could I... See, when I think, I don't even know what I was thinking. It could have been really bad. Anyway, so in the morning, I was like having none of it, and I was like, this is the last I'm ever going to see this guy. I'm never going to see this guy again. So he leaves the house, and as soon as he leaves the house, I've got the throws on my couch pulled off because they're getting boiled. They're getting my bed and that was all getting pulled off and everything. Everything was all getting boiled. That's it. It's all getting boiled. Next thing, chap, chap, chap. He's at the door again. And I was like, oh, God, what is it now? So he comes in and he went, there's no trains today, so I guess I'm going to be meeting your children. And I just said to him, oh, I can sort of, I took him back out, right down the path, and I pointed and I went, there's a bus stop there. There's a bus, it will take you to anywhere you need to go, is that bus stop, and let him go. And I thought, see if he comes back to the door again, I'm not even going to answer it. That's the way I was feeling in the morning. So about an hour, once I'd got the place all sorted, right, the wax was, and somebody'd suggested putting paper towel on the wax and ironing it, right? And I done that, and then paper towel stuck to the cat. It was a nightmare. The wax on my wall is now covered. We see all the wee flowers and stuff. Where are they? The wee flowers are there. That that's covering the wax that's up the wall. I sent him the text saying, I think we're just like two different kind of people, and I don't think this is going to work. You're a nice guy, and good luck with your future ventures. It wasn't, Ashley. It wasn't worth it, because I bet you I probably, this is maybe going too far, but nobody knows the guy and all the rest. I wouldn't out who the guy is and stuff like that. But I remember him saying that he had some Viagra, right? And I was thinking, good. I was thinking that's what we need. We need some of that stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? And this, when I seen it, I said to him, "When are you going to take the Viagra?" And he says, "I've already took it." And I was thinking, that's what we're working with here. I know, when I was absolutely, listen, I was, in my defence, I was going through a lot at the time. There was a lot going on at the time. My poor Sophie, she was in the hospital, and I think I was just taking a kind of mental breakdown kind of thing. I think I was just taking, because even having a stranger in your house, and I'm just in the bed sleeping, what the hell was I thinking? The guy could have been Ted Bundy, for Christ's sake. What was going on in my head? I want to go back in time and just slap myself a couple of times. Ashley, no, that he said that was it kicked in, and it was a bit disappointing, to tell you the truth. I was like, okay, you know what I mean? But that must have like hurt him a bit when I said, when you going to take it? And he's like, it's already been taken. And I'm like, okay. Oh, that's good morning. It was wild, wasn't it? But listen, these are my friends, and I take these along for the ride. It was craziness. Crazy. My mum knew about it at the time, and she was getting me into, everybody was getting me into trouble. But as I said, I was going through a lot. That won't happen again, I promise you. I'll not be doing that. Especially because I don't smoke, so I'm lying in my bed and I can smell the cigarette smoke just wafting into my bedroom, and I'm like, what the hell? Naked. Who does that? Listen, who does that? Who goes into somebody's house, right, and sits absolutely bollock naked on their couch, just smoking naked like that? Not a care in the world. I wouldn't do it. I would not do it. Just go into somebody's gaff and just sit there absolutely bollock naked. I mean, anyway, everything get boiled. All got a 90-degree bloody wash. That's what it got. With stain remover and everything. The whole couch got rubbed down. And then the wax problem, I had that. That was craziness. But poor Mr. Mikey tripped. He didn't know what was going on. In fact, I didn't even know what was going on. I'm sure the guy didn't know what the hell was going on. It was a crazy, crazy night. Crazy night. So if you are ever in a first date situation, just remember mine, and you'll be like, can it be as bad as that? Can it be as bad as that? Vegan dolls, I know, right? Oh, Jesus. Oh, do you know what? I think God is watching over me, right? God is watching over me. I've got a chapel right there. I can see the chapel. God is constantly there watching over me, and thank you, God, for watching over me, because see, without God, I wouldn't be here. God has had my back so many times. I bet you the big man's fed up with me. I'll her again. Her again. Many times do we need to save her? Ventilator and all that. We need to save her again. Look at her. Look at the state of her lying there. You've got to listen. Sometimes I've got to see. I've got to laugh or I just cry. But anyway, guys, I'm just going to go because my dad is going to be phoning me soon. Still don't know what's going to be happening with my wee mum. I'm going to see her on Saturday anyway. I'll be going to visit her on Saturday with Soph. But there you are, open-minded. That's the buck song for you. She must be outside. That's a buck song. So bye bye everybody from me and Daisy Do, and have a lovely day, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye everyone.